We go to my channel. I know I'm not talking right away because I don't know what is going on. I tried to go live on Twitch and all of a sudden it's not working. And then I was like, I'm just gonna go live on YouTube just so that I did what I said I'm gonna do. And so I have, since my camera is such in a weird position, I can't really see any chat. So I have my channel up on my computer and it just froze on there. So I don't know what is going on. And there's like a delay on my computer. So, but I have it open on my computer so that I can see chat if anyone chimes in. It feels like it's been forever since I've painted. Now this I should have grabbed, of course I didn't grab the paper, but this is a limited edition kit from a couple years ago. Preemie sized that I started earlier this year. Now I am probably gonna, because my daughter called me and was like, surprise, I'm coming over. She's been gone all summer at her dad's because she works as a camp counselor during the summer down the hill where her dad used to live. They just moved again. And that's like a big deal thing for her because she made friends down there. So I pretty much have not seen her all summer. So we're gonna go and get something to eat real quick and hang out for about an hour, and then I will come back and get back on. On my computer, my video is all distorted looking. There, this is too liquidy right now. I had too much thinner. I was gonna say hello to my one follower or one watcher right now, but that might just be me. So once she gets here, which you'll probably know because the dog will start barking like crazy, I will go and then I will come back and get on later for a couple hours. It's like still very wet. Following the natural ending. What we're doing is shadow. A helicopter, one of those military helicopters from. It is so smoky where I live. Let that flash a little. I don't know, I may just keep going live on YouTube instead, because if it's gonna be this complicated to go on Twitch, because I don't know if they've switched something for when so that when you go on your cell phone, it's a different thing. I know to like stream from my webcam on my computer, like I can't figure out what I'm missing to just be able to push a button to say go live. But with YouTube, I can just push go live. So we'll see what happens with that. I know it on Twitch it's easier to like search, like, oh, go to the creative section and be able to find people streaming. Doing all sorts of different creative things. So we'll see. So if I can't get that figured out, then I'm just gonna come on here. My nap was longer than I planned on it because when I laid down, I was uploading my other video and I didn't want to back out of it because and set my alarm, because usually if it's in the middle of uploading and then you back out, it stops. Let's do that. Let me get the thicker brush. Whilst I'm having the front flash. This one has like the little squished ears on the head, like a lot of newborns have. Gotta create that shadow. I think this coloration looks a little harsh just because of the bright lights. But what we're, like, I haven't even done skin color yet, even though you can see a difference in the, from the original to the painted. This is a lot of modeling on it. I don't remember doing any washes. So right now I'm just doing some shading, and I'll probably, like, once my daughter gets here, leave this to dry, and then I'll do some veining before I pop this one in the oven. To do this other ear. I don't want a lot of water or thinner. It's pulled in there, but that's fine. We're gonna go around. Dry my brush off some. Take that out. Can let it flash a little bit. Now, those of you that have never reborn before, and this is all brand new, when I say let it flash, means that let the I don't want to say dehydrate. Want the liquid to dry up a little bit before I go in and kind of smooth it out. Like you can see the harsh line here, and we're just gonna like blend that out. And this is actually a Trueborn kit. I was going to go through them if I had any kits made from Being Sculpted, maybe in the future. So the ears are tricky because a lot of times you can it can really look messy if you don't blend your ears. And a lot of times there's issues with the paint sticking to the edges. So in future videos, I could show you how I go about doing that. It's very important to make sure that you get, like this right here is a definition of babies don't really have jaws, but the wrinkle underneath the chin, the little, we're distinguishing the line here, the indentation in the vinyl. Shading is one of the most important parts of doing lifelike reborns, really distinguishing a quickly made reborn to one that really looks lifelike. I'm gonna let this part flash a little bit more and go to this other side and do the same thing. So it might look kind of odd having this distinctive color, purple color, but what we're doing is we're creating shadows. Because the way that I see it, like if you look at my hand, you're seeing there's a deep dark shadow right in here. There's dark shadowing in here. There's shadowing between each finger, a little bit in each crease, the lines in my hand, and that's what's going to give you the dimension and the realistic skin tones and stuff. So we're going to blend this out. When I tap the side, I'm trying to get some of the thinner off to just have more of the paint color. I really like to define the eyelids. The better your shading in your eyelids, the more it looks like the baby's eyes look like they'll open. That's the same with any natural opening. So the eyes, the mouth, the better shading you have, the more realistic it looks. And I think one thing I'm going to start doing on my channel here is make my very first, like I know I've talked about it before, I had a reborn I got in an exchange, and that was my very first reborn, but I had to take it apart because it was falling apart. So I think one part of my channel I'm going to start doing is remaking that reborn, like redoing it, because I absolutely love the kit, and making, I started, when I very first started doing reborns, I started collecting the Laura Lee Eagles kits. I forget, Everly was the very first kit I fell in love with, and I had like Everly and Knox and like, not Knox, I have Knox, that is one I have, that I have surprisingly kept and not sold. Quinlan, I had Quinlan, I had like a whole, her Bean and Sprout little preemies, like I had every single one of those kits saved because I absolutely loved them and wanted them for my own collection one day. But you know, there came a point where financially, like, I had to move, like I was in a bad situation, so I had to like sell all of my kits that I was saving for myself to get the money to move. I am live, son, just so you know, FYI.
Okay.
So I have held on to a Knox kit that I'm going to do for myself, so I can start doing that. What are you getting now? Your sister's gonna be here in a little bit, and she wants to go, you know her, I want to go to Starbucks, I want to go to Taco Tree, I want to talk and spill the tea. So I don't think Starbucks is gonna be open. We already had it for breakfast. So I may pick up some stuff from Taco Tree and bring some home. Just so you know. She should have been here already, but I called her before I went live and they hadn't even left the house yet. So, should be soon. She wanted to go sit in Starbucks and talk, and I was like, I'm not getting out of my pajamas. Yeah, I don't know how late it stays open. Probably not too.
Over at Dixie's, there's a Starbucks that stays up really late. So I think she makes sense. She like didn't know the time.
I'm sure she does, but your sister wants to do what your sister wants to do.
Yeah.
So go ahead, you can have like your pizza and stuff. Yeah. Because I don't know how long.
My phone says 7:51. My clock.
Yeah.
My alarm clock says 7:49.
So, tonight you need to go to bed at a regular time.
Okay.
We were both up way too late last night.
Yeah, it's like when it gets closer to school, I'm gonna sleep like go to bed like an hour early. So I'm gonna try and go to bed like on track.
Yeah, because technically you have school in 10 days, son. 10 days.
I totally forgot what the pizza was, but
In the freezer.
I think I took a chance to win an Xbox One X.
Ooh.
Yeah, if I get that, I would put my friend Matthew, because he has an Xbox.
Annalie?
And the game that's coming out, that's the game that I want to coming out, that only comes coming out on Xbox.
Yeah.
It's the new Halo game.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
You get to travel around the universe to different planets and hang out with friends. And it's just and the whole universe is just a map that you can go on. It's like go to different planets for to do different missions.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's like across worlds. Like it's like you know how like planets that I'm gonna look into they have the added background, the backyard battlegrounds.
Yeah.
Where you just hang like invite friends and hang out. So yeah, so it's kind of like that, but with people all across the world.
That's cool.
So it's like just with all the games in the United States, when the new Halo game comes out, it's like it'll be like I heard that like you could like do parties and invite other people.
Why does this thing look so like
How many minutes you put the pizza in?
5?
Okay.
My on my computer my image has frozen.
It says what?
No, well, like I have to keep refreshing my computer because on my computer it shows that my image is frozen. So I don't know if that's for everybody. What I want to do is start. Yes.
There's this like animated rap song, like an animated an animated music video on YouTube about gaming consoles. And the thing is, it's just a rap battle in between the Xbox and the PlayStation.
Hmm.
And you just have your peaceful, adorable little Wii character that represents the Wii game system.
Yeah. Is it funny?
It's not funny, but it's cool. And it's kind of like reminds me of an animator that I watched called Gilda Guy.
Yeah, I think I've heard of them before.
Gilda Guy is an animator and an artist.
Yeah. Let me see.
He's part of the Stickman universe. His whole body represents like a stickman. Shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's stick the head over here. To dry a little bit. Where is the other brush? Let's add some detail here. This baby has lots of little.
Is the sun still open or closed?
It's open. If well, you can leave it open because if you close it, she's gonna sit there and bang on the thing and drive me crazy.
Yeah, she thought it was closed. So that she was sitting by the.
She was like, "Help me get outside." There's a little indentation you can barely see, but it's right there. Same thing with the toes and the fingers. Just making sure you have really good shadows to make it appear that they're separate.
Clothes I could hang this guy around my lamp.
We'll figure out something because I'm gonna eventually get you a new lamp because that's like.
Yeah, it doesn't even reflect my room all the way.
Well, it's a old, big, beautiful lamp that's not really suitable for a teenage boy's room.
It's like a lamp Nana would have. You know something funny?
Your face? What?
So this guy posted a picture of his mac and it's not mac and cheese, it's alphabet soup. And he had typed in I don't know why, but every time I make alphabet soup, my outfit suit makes light.
Makes lightning?
Yeah, and do you know why?
Why?
He has the spoon in the microwave with it.
Oh my gosh. How stupid. And
Um,
how old is he?
don't know. It's just like I just follow. It's some guy on a meme Instagram account who posted it.
Does he have pictures of himself?
No, it's just someone posting funny pictures.
Oh, just like, okay, I get it. I get it now. Same thing with these creases. Obviously, this mass amount of plastic is not like how a leg is. So you want to put your distinct shadow to show it, make it look like that it appears that it will separate like a natural leg would. And then we're gonna go back to this front part here. And we're going to soften up these lines. Pumpkin's probably underneath the bed.
Like always.
Like always.
I thought I saw like a web underneath the bed, but it was like a clump of hair.
Of her dog hair. I need to vacuum underneath the bed. Now you want to make sure that you don't let it flash off like too much. You want to be able to still move the paint around, but if it say has dried, like I don't know if you can see, like there is I could see a line right there. So just what you do is tap barely into your thinner and then you just fade it out a little bit around the edge. And then you can pounce that out. So there's like layer 1 of many shadow layers, but if you could see the difference between no shadow and shadow, this one you can see a natural shadow line, but like on the feet, the difference. And of course on my computer screen it looks blurry. So and this is one of the parts that really takes tedious time. Because you have to do multiple layers of this, but I like to do it in like stages. I will do this shading now and then I'll do like a wash or two because I like to see some sort of progress overall. And then I'll go back and do like a layer or two of the shading, maybe in a different color. Again, all these little creases is what makes the realism happen. And if you watched from the beginning, you'll see I added, when I mixed my shading color, there's like 3 variations of shading that colors that I mix for shading. Because if you notice at some reborns, a lot of people just use like the red blushing color for shading, and if you look at your own shadows and the creases like in your hands and stuff like that, they're not red. They're, you know, they look gray or whatever, but that naturally that's purples, variations of purples. So my creasing and shadowing consists of variations of purples and reds and pinks, how they would naturally be in real life. That pizza my son made smells really good. Well, that was quiet. I thought I would hear you talking to the cat.
Oh, the cat's up there?
I think so. Those are short shorts.
Well, like, I was just sitting down and welcome back. Hi.
Now that shows that I'm live.
And I really need to go pee. Hi,
Okay,
Megan.
go pee and I will
Oh, I missed you.
wrap up this.
What's with the money?
Oh, me and Mama are gonna do something.
You can't go get Starbucks. It's closed.
Well, we'll see, brother.
Don't
Brother.
bust your bubble.
Reminds me of Hulk Hogan. Brother. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up real quick so I can go hang out with my daughter for about an hour, and then I will be back. I'll be back. Go from Hulk Hogan to Arnold. Okay. See if you can see like the shadowing between the toes. Okay. So I am going to end this and let me see where I do this every single time. Do I hit the X? Yes, I want to stop streaming. I'll be back.